Hey friends and neighbors, Reverend Andy here with you, and it is time for This Week in Rock and Roll History. What happened this week way back when in rock and roll? And back in 1955, June 26th, Decca Records announces that Bill Haley and his Comets have sold more than 3 million units in 13 months. Both Rock Around the Clock and Shake, Rattle, and Roll sold 1 million copies, while Dim Dim the Lights and Mambo Rock sold about 500,000. Back in 1956, July 1st, Elvis Presley appeared on The Steve Allen Show, where he wore a tuxedo and sang Hound Dog to a basset hound. Many Elvis fans thought it was a deliberate attempt to humiliate Elvis and ridicule rock and roll music, but Allen insisted for years that he meant no disrespect and that Elvis was in on the gag from the beginning and thought it was hilarious. This week in rock and roll history, back in 1957, June 25th, Egyptian government officials announced that rock and roll music can no longer be played in public, calling it an imperialist plot. Back in 1957, June 28th, Jerry Lee Lewis, the Killer, makes his first appearance on The Steve Allen Show, performing Whole Eye Shakin' Going On. After the program airs, sales of the record soar, pushing it to number 3 on the Billboard Pop chart and number 1 on the Billboard R&B chart. And finally, back in 1968, June 27th, Elvis Presley appeared on an NBC TV show that was billed as his comeback special. And the show featured the King performing on a small square stage surrounded by mostly female audience members. He was outfitted in a black leather outfit. Many of his early recordings were performed, including That's All Right Mama, Lottie Miss Claudie, and Blue Suede Shoes. The highlight of the show was his final number of the evening, which featured Elvis alone on the stage, dressed in a white suit, singing If I Can Dream. And that is your week in rock and roll history. My friends, consider yourselves entertained and educated when you tune in this YouTube channel. Tune in to hear stories like this and more, and great rock and roll music when you tune in Garage 71 Monday nights at 8, 7 Central, 1 a.m. in London, and hear me with my radio show Psychobilly Freakout. It's 2 hours of unadulterated rock and roll music. And don't forget to check out the links in the description below. You can now consider yourselves deep fried and sanctified. For me, it is martini time. Adios, my friends.